What's up everybody and welcome back to my channel. I'm ZZ Waters, and for those of you that are watching me for the first time, hi, welcome, stick around. Well, I haven't said that little intro in a really long time, and I have to say this feels really weird. I've tried to film this video so many times. I've tried to get back to YouTube so many times. I'm hoping today I can just get through with this video and post it up for you guys and hopefully just restart my YouTube life. As you can see by the title of this video, I have left Korea. For those of you that have been with me for a really long time, know how much Korea meant to me, and you know how long I've been in Korea. Like, I was there for like 6 years. It was going to be my 7th year this year. You guys know how much I love Korea and just everything about Korea. And yeah, so you may find it shocking that I have left Korea. I did recently put up a short sort of explaining a little bit or giving one reason as to why I have left Korea, which is because of health reasons. But before I get into that, I'm just gonna take you guys way back to 2023 because I feel like it's all connected. I don't know how in detail I'm going to get with some of these stories and some of these experiences that had led me to leave South Korea, but we'll see as the video goes. Life started really testing me March 2023. So the first thing that happened in 2023, it's so embarrassing to say, sort of kind of a heartbreak. Oh my gosh. Took me on a downward spiral emotionally. I didn't deal with that well. I put it really heavy on myself, and I blamed myself, and that was really hard on myself. Then a few months, not even a few months, like maybe a few weeks later, I think this is one of the big things. I did not really want to talk about this because I didn't want to give light to this person, but somebody started to spread really horrible lies about me on YouTube. Just about me as a person, just the worst lies you can come up with, and just really horrific things. This person, I think what made this really hard for me was that the way this started was I started YouTube like a long time ago, and so I had really close subscribers who became like internet friends and like on Instagram, and so I kept in touch sort of kind of with this one subscriber who was there from the beginning, who's really supportive. And then this one subscriber reached out to me and told me that her friend was having a really hard time in South Korea, and told me like the reasons why this friend was having a really hard time in South Korea. And I don't know why I thought I took it upon myself to try and make things better for this friend. So I asked the subscriber maybe to get me in contact with a friend, and maybe I can have dinner with a friend and kind of help her friend with this hard time that she's having in South Korea. Yeah, worst mistake ever. So I meet this friend, and at the beginning there's really nothing wrong with this friend. There are a few awkward things or odd things about her, but you know I just summed them up to just them being just like a quirky trait. Dinner went fine. We were done talking, and we were going to meet up more, talk more, but I got so busy that I didn't have time really, and she went on doing her own things until I got a voice note from her in April of 2023 of her crying and saying, she's sorry for saying terrible things about me on YouTube, but she felt like she was led by Jesus to do that. And so I was confused. And so I go to her YouTube, and then lo and behold, I come across all of the horrific things she's saying about me. And then the worst thing is then she started making a series about me. And at first she wasn't very explicit about my name, but then she started saying more and more things that made it obvious that it was me. And it was so hard because I didn't want to give traction to her channel or anything like that. So and she had then left Korea at that time, so there was really nothing I could do. She was back in her own country. And so I just felt so helpless, but I knew that if I said something, I would just make things worse. So I just held it in, and I first I would keep up every day with and seeing what she was saying about me, but then that really started to wear down on me mentally, just because it's like she's saying the worst things about me, and some people were believing her, and I just felt horrible. I felt like I did this to myself because I allowed this person to come close to me, and so I just felt horrible for trying to be a good person. And my sister told me, like, Zizi, you can't always save everyone. And then I started being afraid of subscribers and YouTube, because now I'm like, you really don't know who you can meet out there. And so YouTube was once a place I found joy in, a place where I could express my creativity, a place where I can express my thoughts and feelings. I suddenly hated YouTube. And so, yeah, I took a step back, obviously. I stopped feeling comfortable posting, and I felt really bad for other previous subscribers who would talk to me and reach out, and I'll reach out back to them, because now I put up a wall, obviously, because I don't know anymore who's here to be, a good person or to harm me. That experience really gave me a lot of anxiety and just mentally messed with me. And yeah, I didn't recover well from it. And I hate that I gave that person so much power to really destroy, I guess, and ruin something I absolutely, enjoyed, because now I feel like I could have been so far with my YouTube. I could have, grown in ways I really wanted to and wished to grow with my subscribers and this channel. But yeah, I just got stuck there, and I don't know if I can find my way back. This is me hoping and trying. Moving on from that issue, being in South Korea as a foreigner is really hard sometimes, because you only have your friends there as family. And I put a lot of expectations on my friendships, especially with Koreans. Because with my foreign friends, it was hard to put expectations on those relationships, because foreigners come and go. We're all there on a different timeline, and it's like I can't really rest in the friendship that like it will stand the test of Korea in a sense, because it's like we might stay together or we might end up going back to our own countries. Whereas with Koreans, it's like they're here for a long time. They're generally there to stay in Korea, right? And so that's why I had more Korean friends than foreign friends. Not that I necessarily feel like I didn't need foreign friends. You definitely need foreign friends, but I did feel more comfortable with Korean friends simply because like they're there to stay. And, yeah, so I just felt like I could rely on the fact that the friendship won't be doomed by time, I guess. And so because of these like expectations that I put on my friendships, like I wanted them to really show up. And it was just two very important relationships that I had. Those two people were going through things in their own lives, and I didn't know, because I was so focused and zeroed in on my life, that they really disappointed me in big ways from my point of view. Like they really and they didn't know, and I didn't voice it because I'm not one for conflict. I have a hard time fighting with people or really expressing my feelings. I hate that about me, that I cannot really express myself to a person when I'm not feeling good or I'm upset about something. I usually tend to just have the fights in my mind. The worst thing about me, I have conversations and I conclude things with other people in my mind. And so they really disappointed me, and it just was another thing that wrecked me and broke me emotionally. I was already in an emotional state, and things just kept on piling on me emotionally. I started getting more and more stressed and anxious and just down. I was really down, and I could feel the bubbly, joyful part of Zizi disappear with each and every month in 2023. The big kicker of it all to end 2023 in the most grandest of ways. Then I lose a family member, and it was devastating because I couldn't be here for my family. I felt like I let my family down. I felt like I let that family member down. I wasn't there. Like I wasn't there, you know. And you can never prepare for anything like that because you just never know what life is, what life is. And so I felt incredibly guilty. That ended off 2023. And so all of those emotions and stress and anxiety that I was feeling in 2023 then manifested itself physically, I believe, in 2024. Right at the beginning. So January, I had my first bout of vertigo, and just like the room was just spinning. And I'm alone and I have no clue what to do. I've never experienced this in my entire life. And so I freaked out. For those also that don't know, I'm quite the hypochondriac. So like any little thing I feel in me or I feel like that's it. I'm done. It's my time to go. It's over for me. I always think the worst thing. And then again, in April, I have a second round of vertigo, and I was experiencing a lot of stress because I just moved from my public school to a hagwon, and I was dealing and sorting out everything by myself. I was moving by myself. I was getting things in order by myself, and I'm not feeling well. I'm also really stressed about hagwon. I feel, because you hear all these horrible stories about hagwon, even though this hagwon is a really good hagwon, but I still was stressed out. Like, what if they don't like me? What if they fire me? What if my accent is not right? All of these things. And if y'all watched my TikToks, my commute was really long, so it was just a hard time for me to rest. I just didn't feel good anymore. Like I till this day, I haven't felt good since the first round of the vertigo. And so I just went to doctor trying to figure out, like, okay, you have low iron, you have low vitamin D, trying to take meds, but I'm still like, I still feel like when I walk, it feels like I take really big steps, but I'm not. I'm walking fast, but I feel like I'm walking really slow. I have this moment where I'm just standing, but it feels like at any moment I can just fall, like I can pass out. And this was happening a lot, and my energy levels were absolutely zero. Like, when I say zero, I mean zero. Like, I don't know how I would go to work and get through the day because I was just so tired. Every day, I'd be like, I'm so tired. And I remember one of my friends, and she was like, you need to stop saying you're tired. And I was like, oh yeah, you're right. Like, maybe I do say I'm tired a lot, but it was the God honest truth. I was just so tired the whole time. And I started being really afraid of being alone, because I started having this anxiety now that what if something happens to me and I'm alone? Like, who will find me? Because I had this one horrible incident of influenza something. Was it B? So I have no clue, but it was this really bad influenza where I went to the bathroom. I was feeling really sick, and I think I was about to throw up, and instead of throwing up or something, I fainted. I woke up and I was like in a cold sweat, and I was on the floor. This could have been really bad, because like, who would have known? Who would have known? Like, and so I started getting really anxious about getting sick and being alone. So I literally had my phone with me every time I was in the apartment. Like, I would literally go everywhere with my phone, because just in case something would happen to me. I was in and out of the doctor's office. I'm not even joking, like every day in and out of the doctor's office, and then trying to deal with what I'm feeling right now. And then, gym was like my distraction. So I was like heavy at the gym, and I was loving it. It was the only thing that made me feel sane until September, where I hurt myself doing like a shoulder press. I hurt the back, something locked and popped, and I couldn't move my neck this side. And from that day on, I had lower back pain and back pain and neck pain, and it was just so persistent. I was going to the physiotherapist 3 times a week. So now I'm trying to deal with this weird dizziness, and I can't even explain dizziness, like lightheadedness. It's like I'm in a boat, but it's not my body, it's my head. It's just the weirdest thing ever, and I hate the fact that I couldn't express myself in Korea as well as I wanted to, and I felt like the doctors were not understanding me. And now I have to deal with this back pain and this neck pain, and so it's like I'm just in all around pain, like mentally and physically. And although my friends, they really tried. My friends were superstars. Like, they were like really trying to be there for me, really encouraging me all the time. But my mom was like really worried about me. Like, she was just like, I cannot deal anymore. Like, I've supported you through this. I want you to be where you want to be, and I'm so proud of you, and I want you to always go for what you want. But this right now does not seem right anymore, and I need you to come back home. And my sister started singing the same tune, and she was like, I will, help you for a whole year to kind of get better and nurse yourself back to health, or find out what's really wrong with you, since maybe the Korean doctors really aren't understanding you, or maybe you just need rest. And so that led me to stay in Korea and come back home. And so now I've been home for a total of, I feel like it's 2 months now. And I did go to the doctor, and they say it is a hypothyroidism. That's what they say. And I have really, really, really low vitamin D levels. So I'm starting the journey. I've literally just been on the medication this is the 2nd week. And so I don't know when I will start feeling better, and when I'll start feeling like myself and the energy again to do the things I love. Yeah, that is truly the reasons why I left Korea, which really hurts, because like I said, I love South Korea. It was the best time of my life, and I met the best people there. I feel like my whole life is on pause right now, because it feels like I do not have a life here anymore. But at home, I can rest and focus on my health, whereas in Korea, I would have to work and really push myself, even though I'm not at the point to push myself. I don't know what I'm gonna do from now. I truly don't. It's not me lying to you. I don't know where to go from now. I don't know what I'm gonna do with YouTube. I really don't. But if I do something, I hope you guys stick around to see what are my next steps. Do I stay in South Africa? Do I go back to South Korea? Or do I go somewhere else? I've always wanted to see the world. But also this journey of trying to get myself back to my healthiest point. Will I document that? I will see. If you guys want to see it, let me know. If you guys really want me to carry on filming and letting you guys know about South Korea, tips and tricks and things you should know and things you should do and shouldn't do, and ways to really do well in South Korea. If you guys want to know, let me know in the comment section down below. I do miss the relationship I had with my subscribers, and being on YouTube. I don't know if I could ever get back to that, but we'll have to wait and see. And now I feel like I'm just rambling, but I really do hope you guys, I don't know if this video was enjoyable in any shape or form. I'm sorry for getting emotional. Get to like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and don't forget to share the video. What was my catchphrase for going on? Don't forget to love yourselves, but most importantly, the others around you. Bye.